Basically, in a way where if you don't know the language, you can't even communicate.
OK,
Yeah.
awesome. 那现在你住在葡萄牙，那你经常使用中文吗？
哦，你会说中文，很惊讶，你
对，
中文说得很好。
对。How many languages do you speak?
4 and some things in others, but 4.
Which ones?
Portuguese, English, French, Italian.
It depends speaking, but I think 3.
3. What is?
Because Polish, native, English and German.
Awesome. Like, how many languages do you speak?
I think 4, taking into consideration that I have Dutch A1, A2. So it's
Okay.
like beginning,
Yeah.
But still.
I mean,
level, but still.
yeah, it depends what we think.
She
It's
speaks Spanish as well.
and
but
like I learned
beginnings.
French.
So I guess you're from Poland, right?
Yes.
Good guess.
Yes.
Portuguese for sure, it's my language. English, just a bit Polish, a few words in Ukraine, Russian, Italian, German. I think so 7.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
I speak 3 fluently, and 2 kind of butchered.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
almost 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you from?
I'm from China, but I lived in Portugal most of my life.
Okay,
Yeah.
so which language you speak?
I speak Mandarin, my mother language, and then I speak Portuguese, English fluently, and then the 2 I kind of speak is Spanish and a bit of French, and also actually a bit of Japanese as well. So
Okay,
Yeah.
that's impressive actually.
yeah, because I learned French in school from my 7th to 9th grade, so middle school, and then Spanish because it's really similar to Portuguese, so I kind of just learned it by similarity. Yeah, and Japanese because I used to watch like Japanese animated movies and stuff like that. So
Only watching Japanese animated, like, and you can pick up the language.
yeah, I was like addicted for like a whole year back in high school, and just by watching the movies and animes and stuff like that, I kind of picked it up. Yeah, and
Okay.
eventually I started like understanding. Yeah, and so there was a point where I could like understand around like 60% of what was being spoken. Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah. Even though I struggle to speak because I never really have the oral practice, but I can. If you speak to me in Japanese, I can understand most of it. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's so cool. Like, have you ever like lived abroad, like in
yeah.
in English-speaking country?
English-speaking country.
Because you almost doesn't have an accent.
Oh yeah. That's just because I hang out online a lot. I used to play a lot of video games, and usually the communities are English-speaking. And since we use voice chat, I just picked it up from just speaking to people. You know.
Are you traveling here?
Yeah, we're here for a week.
Yeah.
Holidays.
So how do you find Lisbon?
Amazing!
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah, we love it
Seriously.
so much. It treats us great. Today is like such a beautiful day. We haven't planned it, but we just went to the park and yeah.
Everything goes smooth, perfectly.
Awesome.
We really like it.
I have a question about language. As you know, like more than 2 languages. So can you give a tips like how to learn language?
Reading, watching, listening. Like seriously,
start.
diving
Yeah.
into like cultural maybe some elements. Read a lot of magazines, newspapers, articles, whatever. Just surround yourself with languages. I think that's the easiest way. Yeah.
But also what I've heard that works for me is like learning phrases when you start learning new language. So instead of like writing random words like, I don't know, vocabulary or like stuff in your room, it's like the sentences that you would actually use so that like you and your brain like kind of knows like, oh, this is useful, like I can actually say what I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus translations. I really
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah, I
Not
think that
like
works
learning
a lot.
vocabulary from a list,
Yeah.
but just
try it on
translating
your
yourself,
own.
like some phrases, sentences, just make up some sentences and translate them.
That's a really one more funny question because she studies linguistics. So like, it's like a huge topic.
Yeah, so
Oh, so,
translations, the best way to learn language.
if you have a chance to know one more language, what language would it be?
Tricky one. Let's see. I haven't thought about it yet. Maybe German.
Why?
Oh, because my oldest son has has a crush on a German girl, so I think the future for my family is going to interact with German people.
That's nice reason actually. That's cool. Okay, and the last question: do you think it is important to learn foreign languages? If yes, so why?
Yes, of course. Today you have the opportunity to go abroad to study, to work. The world is it's closer in every way, so it's a good chance to do whatever you want abroad.
If you have a chance to know, like, opportunity, like maybe to know one more language, what language
Yeah.
would it be?
I think I would pick like a language that's very different from the ones I know. Something like Russian or German or something like that. Yeah, and just because they're very useful languages. I meet a lot of German people, sometimes Ukrainian people as well. And I kind of like to know those languages as well. And they're very different and harder to learn because I don't have a base. The same way I have with the other languages.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. And what about Arabic? It's also like
Arabic?
totally different.
Yeah,
from that which you know.
true. I considered it, but I don't know. I don't see myself like living in the Middle East and Arabic countries. So I didn't really consider that, but it's also a cool language by all means.
For those who want to learn language,
Yeah.
what can you give? Like, what advice you can give them?
Well, since this is usually an advice I tend to give my own parents because my mom's learning English and she's kind of struggling. But of course, the earlier you learn, the better. Like the younger you are, the easier it is gonna be, obviously. But if that's not an option, that's fine because the best way to, in my opinion, to learn a language is just to speak with other people. And being put in certain situations where you're kind of like forced to learn the language. For example, living in that country, you're gonna know it in a few weeks because if you don't know if you don't know the language, you can't really exist in that country. Like you can't live. You're gonna struggle to speak with other people, and in that situation, you're just gonna learn easily. Like you're not gonna need any strategy because your own brain is gonna figure it out.
Brazilians, we open more our mouth and we speak a little, not slowly, but we don't speak fast.
Okay.
So
yeah,
people
yeah.
like to talk to Brazilians because of that. Sometimes
Okay.
sometimes the Portuguese people, they don't open too much their mouth and they speak very fast. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me as well.
But can you, for example, say what do you like about Lisbon? Like some short phrase in Brazilian Portuguese and
Okay,
Portugal
so
Portuguese.
I think one of the huge difference between Brazil and Portugal, not just the accent, it's the way we use the words. So, for example, in Brazil we divide the physical and the emotional. So, in Brazil, if you cut yourself, so we say that você se machucou. Here it's magoou. So
Oh, it's totally
magoou,
different.
Yeah, magoou for us in Brazil, it's a kind of a feeling. Someone hurt your
Feeling.
break your feelings. So você tá magoado.
Nice.
So
So-
physical, it's a machucou.
Okay, I thought it's like only pronunciation is different.
No. And
That's cool.
also, for example, if you have a trash and you go want to throw away, we said joga o lixo fora.
In Brazilian.
Yes. So joga fora, it means hey, take that and throw away. Here they said deita fora. Deitar.
Jogo lixo fora and deita fora.
Deitar. Here in Portugal it's like that. You take it and put outside. Deita fora. Deitar
Nice.
in Brazil it's hey, I'm gonna to sleep. Eu vou deitar.
Really?
Yes.
Such a huge difference.
Yes.
That's interesting. Really. Thanks. That is really interesting. Thanks.
See you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.